She's with her boy.
You almost need like.
Right, but like, how do they calculate that? Just by the
Difference in
points.
score.
I know.
Oh.
We'll give press conference. So we have
I think true to MAC basketball fashion, you have games of runs. You have great competitiveness and physicality throughout 40 minutes. And I think at times we were great at handling it. At times we didn't handle it very well. But our response, especially in the second half, I was really proud of. I think anytime you can beat Central on the glass, you've done some good things. We talked about that the last couple days, making sure we do what we can to gang rebound. And that was critical today, not just to give them second chance opportunities, but to give us some opportunities in conversion as well.
Yeah, first of all, you mentioned game of runs, and the second quarter obviously wasn't going your way. What do you think was going wrong there, and what do you think was corrected at halftime to swing it back the other way and keep it there?
Well, I think what we saw in the second quarter is we just got a little bit complacent and weren't dictating what we needed them to do on the offensive end, right? I think we came out, obviously hit the first few shots, which is always great. But then you have to maintain your physicality, I think, on the defensive end. I don't think we did that in the second quarter. I think we came back out in the second half and we're much better there. Again, understanding personnel, knowing what we want, what shot we want them to take and what shot we absolutely don't want them to take. And I think we were better there as well.
How happy were you just to see Brooke, who's here with you, just come out in her first start and lead the team in points? A really great game. How exciting was that? And do you just have some words for her performance today?
You know, excited, yes, but not surprised, right? I think we've seen anybody who's watched us play since she's been getting more and more minutes has seen how good an offensive player she is. And so I'm super proud of her, for sure. She's put in a lot of work to get to this point, but I'm not surprised by her production, and she knows that that's what we expect from her. I think all the other facets of the game will continue to grow as well as she gets more and more minutes.
And speaking of Brooke, I wanted to ask you, how do you feel after your first start, having such a big performance, 18 points? Just what's the feeling afterwards, being able to help your team in a big way and win for your first time starting the game?
Yeah, it was a good feeling. I was a little bit nervous to start, but that came off. That went away right when the tip came off, and then again, my teammates are the reason that was able to happen. Jaden looked up in transition. We were pushing the ball, and things were just open.
How early did you find out that you were going to start today, and what was the initial reaction to that?
I found out played on Wednesday, so Thursday at practice, and yeah. I was like,
is it more nervous or excitement and confidence knowing that you're going to get that opportunity?
Yeah, it was more excited, and it was a boost of confidence, and then the nerves obviously kicked in after, but that's the healthy nerves.
Moving on to Grace on the end, I just wanted to mention this is your highest point total since the opener of the season. How does it feel to have maybe a little bit of a bounce back and make most of your shots and be able to help your team when they needed it, especially if things weren't going your way early?
To be honest, I gotta give a lot of credit to the unsung heroes here, our rebounding staff. Our GAs, they'll rebound for us whenever, and my butt hasn't been in the gym. So this week, every day, I made it adamant to get shots up every day with Maya rebounding, and my boyfriend rebounded for me, so I really appreciate them just boosting my confidence. That was a lot of help. And then really, to be honest, I was a little sluggish in warm-ups today, and I wasn't quite locked in. So I think reflecting back, whenever the national anthem started, I saw some little girls in the corner, and I had to take a moment and realize this is so much bigger than just me, and that kind of lit a fire in me to just play for something bigger than myself and stop wallowing in fatigue, or that's so easy to do, but that was a big moment to start the game. So I just kind of relaxed after that, and had some fun.
Yeah, you went three for 4 on threes today. The rest of the team was 0 for 8. How does it feel to have that surge in an area when other guys, or other girls, I should say, are struggling in that area, just to provide a surge and a little bit of a spark to that area of the game?
Well, to be honest, I'm not worried about my teammates' percentages or my percentages at all. We feed off of each other, and we just won that game. You said 0 for 8 or so, but we just won that game because everyone did what they needed to do, especially in the second half. B kept her girl off the glass. You know, that's a team that averages 14 offensive rebounds a game. And Laura, late finishes, Sid, late finish. We just scored 70 points off that, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll stay in the gym and get some threes up, but more so, that's a good team win right there. So.
Going back to Coach, just shifting to your next game against Toledo, obviously a very difficult opponent coming up, one of the best in the conference. Is your focus already starting to shift that way, knowing you have a tough game ahead of you, or are you just trying to enjoy where you're at right now and enjoy the win with the team?
We're going to give ourselves 24 hours. We're going to enjoy this one tonight. We're going to be proud of the response that we had, and we'll get back to it on Monday morning in preparation for Toledo.
Coach, I wanted to just ask about Laura Nickel and kind of the energy that and the defensive and some of the stops and even the layups and then that she was able to make late in the fourth quarter to kind of seem to really extend that lead.
You know, Laura is really getting back to true form. You know, if you remember, she started the year, was a starter force all last year, then got hurt and was out a significant amount of time. And so I think we're seeing her get more and more comfortable. And I was really proud of her. She was much better in the second half than she was the first half. And I think those are situations where she will continue to get more and more confident. And she can put the ball on the floor to get shots for herself, but she also does a great job of finding her teammates. And so she's a critical piece to our success. And I'm happy with her performance today, but really more excited about how comfortable she's continuing to get back to true form.
And then this season, you talked about the depth and how many players you can run in and out, and you made some changes to the starting lineup today, and yet still the people that didn't start came off the bench and contributed, greatly. So just what does that say about the team and the atmosphere and the things that you built around them?
Yeah, when we talked about changing the starting lineup, I made it very clear that it wasn't a punishment or reward situation. We felt like maybe just juggling things a little bit would help in some of our rotations. Maybe it would be more beneficial for me to get a feel for groups on the floor. And I did get that feel tonight. And so, like you mentioned, we're built to play deep. We'll continue to play deep. And you'll see contributions up and down the stat sheet when we do that. So I don't anticipate that changing. Again, I love the 5 people who started the game. I thought they did a great job, but everybody else who played came in and contributed in some way, shape, or form. And that needs to continue if we're going to have success.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
y'all.